Dixie Chicks.
Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks, when that song came out, she was quoted as saying, "I hate it. Anybody can write, 'We'll put a boot in your ass.' Let's go back to a song that the Dixie Chicks wrote called 'Earl Had to Die.'"
That's perfect.
Right? You're going to sit there and talk bad about somebody who said, "We'll put a boot in his ass." Oh, my God. That's terrible. I would never say, I like Bruce Springsteen songs. Earl had to die.
Oh, yes, podcast night. Welcome back to the Guillotines and Guitar Studio here in Hartsville, South Carolina.
Hey, it's podcast night, even for those of you that are just waking up.
I said night.
You did.
I said night. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better. All right, we are here. We are here now, and you are there now. Let's meet together. Let's do something.
Wherever that is.
Let's Voltron. Voltron. That's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
See?
You caught me off guard there. Good deal.
All right, our topics tonight. Talk about guillotines. We're talking about The Conjuring. Where did that story come from? We're going to talk a little bit about the movie, too. Trey couldn't wait.
I'm so excited to talk about The Conjuring.
Yeah.
He's been ready since 5 o'clock today.
So it's pretty scary stuff, The Conjuring. Guitars. We're paying homage to Toby Keith. God rest his soul. Great. We lost
solo cups.
So we got our solo cups. We're ready to talk about some Toby Keith. Man, we lost a great one this week. That's what we're talking about tonight. Hopefully everybody has been keeping up with us. Hopefully everybody has went to YouTube and hit that subscribe button with the bell. That means you can keep up with us. You can hear us when we come on, and you can keep up with the current events that we're doing. Why am I looking at that camera still?
It's fine. You're talking to the people. Yeah. I'm talking to the people now.
Talk to the people.
Do you smell what Chris is cooking?
It doesn't matter what you smell.
All right, that's our topics for tonight. We're going to go ahead and flip our coin. I'm going to flip. Let's go see what we're doing here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. Here we are. Please let it be. Guitars. Toby Keith, baby. We're talking about the... That is the wrong... Let's try this again. We're talking about guitars. There we go. Now we're back on track.
Yes. I got it.
There we go. All right.
My bad.
So we lost a great one this past week. Toby Keith. You know, I want to say something so bad it's probably get edited out.
I'm sorry.
What was that? Did you drop something?
No.
I was pouring the rest of my drink into a red Solo cup.
There you were being somber. Anyway.
Sorry about ruining the moment.
Yeah. So this guy right here has helped me through some cases of beer. And he didn't have to help me, but he got me drinking cases of beer. You know, and yeah.
Stop looking at the camera.
It's a habit. It's a bad habit.
Yeah, but no, Toby Keith.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Great patriot, great American. He was a great everything. Anything this guy touched turned to gold. Anything he did made sense. You know, he was a sensible person, very likable person, people person.
He was.
There you go. Hey, not a lot. You don't have a lot of those guys that give that attitude of I don't give a damn what you think. This is my opinion. Whether it's, and I'm not just going political, whether it's political or anything else, just he was obviously, this is my opinion. I'm going to put it out there. I don't care if you don't like it. Chances are a lot of people will.
Yep. Don't like it, don't buy it. Bam. But that's what we're talking about. So,
do you realize he had, I think that I read this and it was from a 2014, 2015 article or something, but at that time, he was one of the few country artists who had a chart-topping single in every year for like the past 20 years
No.
Since like 93 up until what would it be, 93, 2013 or something like that. It's crazy, you know. I mean, and it's at least one chart topping single. I mean, so you know, he's had a couple in several years, you know. So that's
I remember the ones where I was having woman troubles, and I listened to any one of his songs, and I'm like, yeah, Toby's right. Damn that woman, I could survive.
So you're saying that Toby Keith was to men what Alanis Morissette was to women?
That's right. He was like, hey, we can live without women too. You know, we can do our thing. I mean, not live without women. We can't live without women. But I'm just saying we can live without one woman. You know what I'm saying? We can move on.
But heartbreak. Your problems were with the minus the WO, right?
No, yeah, he was more like
what?
No, he was whoa, man. Or if there were multiple, whoa, man.
But
yeah, I could have come up a lot too. But
he was born on July 8th, 1961 in Clinton, Oklahoma.
On Okie.
To Carolyn Jones and Herbert Key Koval.
That's right. You didn't even say what his first name or what his full name actually was, did you? Did I miss that?
Yeah, it's Toby Keith Koval.
Koval.
Yes.
Is it Koval or Kovel? How would you pronounce that? With one V and one L. Let me not ask Chris. How?
Koval.
Kaval.
I think Koval.
Kaval.
No, it's not that. I don't think it's that.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
So that was his last name, then. I didn't know that.
Koval, yeah.
I mean, he has a pretty, normal life here as I'm reading here. You know,
he played
visit his
football,
grandmother, and just an old country boy. You know, he did the bandstand.
Well, he had a little more than a normal life. I mean, yeah, he was a country boy. Yeah, he sold over 50 million records.
So check this out. He graduated from Moore High School and worked as a derrick hand in the oil fields. Did you know that?
No.
I did read where he did work in the oil fields.
Worked his way up to a supervisor. At the age of 32, he formed his first band, Easy Money Band.
You know, Trace Atkins also.
Easy Money.
Easy Money.
We used to have there was a band around here called Easy Money back in the day. But this was, what year was that? Do you know when? You said he was 32 when he started his first band?
32.
Wow.
That's what it says right here.
That makes me feel inadequate. We were playing on stage almost 20 years.
Wait, I can't read. That was 20.
20. Okay. Well, still, I mean, we started when we were 13, so.
Yeah, 20.
Just a couple more years, we could be as good and as popular.
So he was about 30, I guess, when he got a record deal and made it. Because his first album come out when? 91 or 92? I know 93 was like his first number one hit, and wasn't that Should Have Been a Cowboy? I think.
I literally just saw that. 93,
was that
95.
his first album? Or was that his debut album?
Debut single was Should Have Been a Cowboy. It went to number one. How about your debut single goes number one?
Yeah, how you follow that? But she did pretty well following it.
It didn't have much trouble. Should Have Been a Cowboy, and that's. I mean, God, you say Should Have Been a Cowboy to anybody today, and everybody knows. Everybody continues.
Everybody knows
the
who
rest.
that is.
It's like Friends in Low Places. It's one of those songs where you sing a couple of lines of it, and everybody's just going to follow right along.
Yeah,
it's a great song, man. It's like it will forever be a great song. You can be at a Avenged Sevenfold concert,
God,
they break out. I never heard of Marshall Dillon, and everybody will start singing.
You know what? We need to go back and find out, because there was another band that we talked about that had a song that was recognizable like that, and he said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Freebird. We were talking about Freebird. Watch, see, it comes back. We were talking about Freebird. You said you can go to an Avenged Sevenfold show, and somebody's going to yell out Freebird. Watch, if I can find it in the next week, I'm posting it right here.
I do know from experience actually being at a Mudvayne concert. Mudvayne used to start out their shows back when
Johnny Cash.
No, with Willie Nelson. On the road again.
Yeah,
like when all the house lights went out.
Yeah,
they'd play on the road again, and the crowd. It's a Mudvayne crowd, so it's a heavy metal crowd. But
everybody knows all that.
Everybody knows, and everybody will be singing it.
Well,
and all the lights would be out there, everybody be going crazy and all, and then Mudvayne would come on, But I thought that was always cool. 'Cause I was like, to take, the drastic, from one genre to the next like that, and people still relate, It's like it was cool to watch it and see it,
And Toby and Willie Nelson had a pretty good friendship.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had some songs, but yeah, they definitely had a good friendship. Yeah.
He had a movie with the guy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They were
best buds.
They didn't just play, he didn't just play On the Road Again. Well, no, you were talking about Mudvayne.
Yeah, well, I was just making it. Because I was bringing up what Chris was talking about. You could be at a heavy metal concert here.
Yeah.
Toby Keith
that's true. That's totally true.
Well, it is.
I believe if they would just bust it out, people would just go nuts and they would sing along. I think we should do it our next show. I think we'll just see what happens.
What?
I guess you never heard.
Oh, yeah, they would. Well, but see, at our show, they would expect something like that. I mean, that's not as extreme. We don't play it.
We can play that after our Spice Girl song.
We don't play Mudvayne.
But this, I mean, his music career started kind of late, in his age wise.
But yeah, he was what? Well, I guess
you just said 20.
Well, he was like 32, I think. He was like
93. He would have been 32 or 33.
Yeah, I think it was like 32 when he got his first break. I can't find the story on here. That's what I've been looking for. But the story goes, he went to Nashville, played, free shows, living off of, whatever he had for a couple of years.
Most of them do.
And he was like, okay, I need to go back to work. So the story goes, a record producer was there at the last show he played, wherever it was in Nashville. I wish I could find the story, if I can collaborate all this, but I'll give you the short version. So some producer was there at the show he played, and he left the show, and he was actually on the plane on the way back. And when he landed, and I guess to his house, where he had a message. The producer had to find out who he is, where he lived. And he was like, hey, I want to sign you. And he was about to go back on the oil rigs and work, because he was like, I'm done with the music. I got to go make a living. And Lord and behold, the guy called him and he was like, hey, come back to Nashville. Went back to Nashville, and that was all she wrote.
Who was Lori?
Who?
You said Lori Behold.
Lord and behold.
I caught that too.
But I need to find
Lo and Behold, is that what you tried to say?
I need to find this story.
Or Lord and Behold.
I tried to find it today, but I couldn't find it. This is actually how it happened. But I need to.
You out there?
If anybody out there want to, fact check me, I don't care. But that's how it happened. Ain't that great, though?
That's good.
No, that is cool.
That's cool.
I saw, I read a story the other day when I found out after he died, and I was, just going back, watching some of his videos and stuff. One of the songs that, and now I think just went to number one, was the Don't Let the Old Man In.
Yeah, the one he just did on the award show.
Yeah.
Do you remember what award show it was? I watched it. I don't even remember which one it was.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember looking and seeing how frail and skinny he was.
Yeah.
And I was like,
to start off with, I think I know where you're going, and I'm not going to interrupt that story. I'm going to let you finish. But no, but when he came out, I honestly thought he was just going to play an old hit because Alan Jackson did something similar, and Alan Jackson wasn't looking too great either. He had a pedestal that kind of hold him up. But,
wow.
But anyway, so when Toby Keith came out, I really thought he was just going to play an old hit, but he came out with a new song, and I think that was unexpected. But then the fact of the content of the song, So
yeah, and it was a song called, Don't Let the Old Man In. And I read a story about Toby Keith did I think he had like a cameo or a little short scene in a movie with Clint Eastwood, or Clint Eastwood was directing this movie. And, Clint Eastwood is, 90, 91, something now.
He's up there.
Yeah. But Toby Keith was telling the story about how he was on the set and he was talking with Clint Eastwood. He was like, man, all the movies you've done, everything you've done in your life, I know you're set financially. Why do you still do this? Why do you get up in the morning and go direct movies or, play in movies? You don't have to do any of this anymore, Why aren't you enjoying, your senior years? And Clint Eastwood said, don't let the old man in. And he said, as soon as you do that, he'll come sit down. He'll come sit down for one day. Then it'll be 1 week. Then it'll be 1 month. Then it'll be a year. He said, if you quit doing what you love doing, you won't last long.
Like that.
You won't last long after that. You'll be gone. And I mean, and Toby, he took it to heart. He was like,
I'm gonna write a song.
I'm gonna write a song about it. And so that's what he did. But I mean, it makes total sense, because you see with a lot of people when they do what they love, when they quit doing what they love, or they're forced to stop, it's not long. You see it with who was Joe Paterno, the Penn State coach, when he was forced to retire from all the bad publicity that happened in his final years. He was forced to retire. He was a coach. That's what he loved doing, was coaching football.
Bob Barker.
I think with Joe Paterno, it was like 1 or 2 months or something after he was forced to retire that he died. I mean, it's when you quit or are forced to quit doing what you love doing, you, especially at that age when you're older in life, you just go down, and and so that's what Toby Keith was talking about. Was he said, I love that message I got from Clint Eastwood, because it makes total sense,
Yeah. You know what? Just going to go back just a little bit. We were talking about how you say, and I'm jumping off of that. Sorry, but when you talk about a word or phrase, the should have been a cowboy. Everybody knows it. Another thing that I just cut the camera to you while you were refilling your drink, because before Toby Keith had this song, if you just said, hey, there's a red Solo cup over there, nobody thought anything about it. But now if you say red Solo cup, everybody is ready to finish the song or finish the verse.
You think so about Toby Keith.
And these are things that I don't think that a lot of people, and maybe like Toby Keith didn't even really get like the credit until now, which is unfortunate, because now is the time when you reflect on somebody and you think about these sort of things. But now is the time where you go,
that song was genius.
It was, but
genius.
It was, but
it was
you
simple,
look at it now, and now you have these little keywords and phrases that kick out of somebody like Toby Keith. Put them out. Red Solo cup, should have been a cowboy, and I'm sure there's 1,000 more that we're not even thinking about just yet. But as soon as we do, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we forgot about that one too. But yeah, just so I had to throw that in, and I hated to cut you off when you were saying that, but
no,
I had to go along with that.
I mean,
plus, I didn't want to forget that part because that was pretty important. Yeah. And we are, like you said earlier, we're all. I usually drink out of a metal cup, but I'm drinking out of my red Solo cup tonight.
Here's a Toby, boys. Love it,
Toby.
But yeah,
hold on.
I can
hold on.
What we got?
Here's a Toby, but you want to do a shot?
We totally forgot to do a damn shot.
That's okay. We're not but 20 minutes in. So
we'll probably cut this part out.
You know what? We'll wait to the end. We'll wait to the end. We'll do a shot for him.
Okay. Well, I can cut it and put it at the
No, it'll be all right. We'll do a shot at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll just end up like, here's to you, Toby. Whatever.
God, you know what? I'll get the shots ready, then I'll give you the bell and I'll give you a shot. How about that?
Is it that time now?
It is. Yeah.
God Almighty! Already, I could talk about Toby all night.
Well, let's go.
So I love his patriotism. One of my favorite songs when after 9/11, of course, he came out with
Courtesy of
the red, white, and blue. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, you know who didn't think that was amazing?
Who?
Let me get her name right before I say this.
The Dixie Chicks.
Natalie Maines, Dixie Chicks. Anyway, back then when that song came out, she was quoted as saying, "I hate it. It's ignorant and it makes country music sound ignorant. If it targets an entire culture and not just the bad people who did bad things. You've got to have some tact. Anybody can write, 'We'll put a boot in your ass,' but a lot of people agree with it. The kind of songs I prefer on the subject are like Bruce Springsteen's new songs." Now, taking that quote, let's go back to a song that the Dixie Chicks wrote called "Earl Had to Die."
That's perfect.
Right? Anyway, yeah, so she goes, "Earl had to die." Now, she didn't say in this song she's going to put a boot in his ass. She said she's going to poison his food and said, "Are you feeling weak? Don't you want to lay down and sleep? We're going to put you in the trunk." Like, they buried him. They killed him.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there and talk bad about somebody who said, "We'll put a boot in his ass." Oh, my God. That's terrible. I would never say, I like Bruce Springsteen songs. Earl had to die.
That's a good point.
So
That's
sorry, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
That's right. Just have a little ice cream and shut up. I agree with you.
Speaking of ice cream,
I agree with you though.
Instead of ice cream, would you like a strawberry sundae?
So what was your favorite Toby song, Scott?
Yes.
You got a favorite Toby song?
The first song I ever heard by Toby Keith was "Who's That Man?"
Who's that man?
I like that song.
Wait,
I love
Who's
that
that
song.
man
running my life?
life?
We're gonna get flagged because that was so perfect.
How about you, Trey? What's your favorite?
Blue Moon.
Blue
Back
Moon.
that's the Elvis version. No, Toby Keith's Blue Moon. Back in
Yeah,
when
but
I,
that was
when
that wasn't his song, was it?
I don't know if we didn't look. We were 15, 16, however old we were at the time, but we didn't look to see who wrote it. Natalie Maines.
Was it the same?
Natalie Maines.
Was it the same
Hold
thing
on. Natalie.
that Elvis did?
That one?
Natalie Maines didn't write "Earl Had to Die," so that could be her defense. I didn't write it.
I just sang it and I agree with it.
No, but Blue Moon, that song came out and we really liked it, and the band played it, and I played it on the piano. It was a nice song.
Oh, okay.
A good song. But that was my. Now I'm saying that's my favorite because of that connection. But I mean, yeah, there were obviously several.
Mine, of course, would have been,
Should have been a cowboy.
should have been a cowboy. It always will be. Because, he talks to you in that song. I mean, have you ever heard? I mean, he's talking to you. He is talking to you. He ain't singing. He's singing about some true stuff.
A lot of his songs.
Oh, I just thought of another.
A lot of his songs come across where it's relatable to everyday people. Which I mean, and I don't know how many songs Toby Keith actually wrote. Was he a songwriter? Or, I mean, 'cause a lot of country artists,
Yeah.
they don't write their own songs. So I don't know if Toby Keith was a major writer with his music.
Without going back and looking for sure, I don't know. I don't know how many of his number ones he wrote, or if any. I really don't know.
But he conveyed them when he sang it. No, I mean, when you heard the songs, it was like you felt like it was genuine to him. I mean, which him being an Oklahoma boy, I guess. It was,
I'm big time
I know he played
over you, baby. It's a little too
football.
young. I like that song too.
Yeah,
It's a little too late.
"Beer for My Horses" with Willie. Is a great one.
Yes, it is. That's a good one.
I Love This Bar.
Oh, God. I'm going to back that train up right now. I love this bar. That's my favorite song.
I don't know. The "Beer for My Horses," Chris gave us a rendition earlier. What was that? It was a...
Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
No, that wasn't what he said.
That wasn't what you said.
That's what I said.
You... what
I don't remember it.
I think he said whiskey for my men and beer for my women or something. I don't know.
Oh, what you talking about?
Yes, you did.
No,
you were singing it too.
Is it on this broadcast right now? Can you prove it that I said that? It didn't happen, buddy.
If it can be proven, we've been proving it right now.
Right.
If you didn't see a change,
that's right.
We don't have it on tape.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's
so
do
we'll take a shot now. We're gonna dedicate this to our man Toby Keith. He awesome. He has saved me, man. I listened to him when I was in breakups.
Yep. He will be missed, too.
And he's helped me through some cases of beer. I tell you what, I drink a lot of beer listening to him.
He will be missed.
He owed me some money.
He will be missed, but never forgotten.
Never forgotten. Never, ever forgotten.
Strawberry Sundays from Twisted Shots.
Twisted Shots. Here's a Toby.